Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first of many episodes of this little talk show Lightning and I put together. It's called RAToday, and yeah, that's Lightning in the background if you didn't hear him.
Hopefully they did. Yes. My grammar is perfect.
And every day we'll be posting a video. Well, we'll try to at least. And it's just us having an intellectual conversation about anything, really.
Our topic today is the new iPhone 6. And are they better than Android and Windows?
Now, everybody note that this is not factual information. This is just based on our own personal opinions. Now, sometimes we will pull in a few facts and stuff, but we're not going to go full on detail and stuff. And we're going to try our best not to argue and kill each other while doing this.
No, you're wrong. We are.
This isn't a huge debate.
No, it's not.
Unless you guys want it to be, then it will be.
Please
okay,
don't.
so the iPhone 6. Well, you might be thinking, what about it? What about the iPhone 6? Well, the iPhone 6.
Well, it bends.
Yes, everyone knows it bends. Okay, that's already a
I
flaw
know,
to
but
it.
what they
Everybody
didn't.
knows it. And,
That's what they get for making it out of aluminum.
right.
Aluminum, people. You know how easy that stuff bends? That's why they call it aluminum foil.
The iPhone 6 was released earlier this year. And, in fact, was it released in September? It was.
Yes.
Okay. It was released earlier in September. And so far, a lot of people complain about it. But
Why is that?
the number one complaint about it is that it bends. That is the number one complaint about it.
Well, that's it, using the iPhone 6. They were so rushed to get these things out because the public demanded them that they had so many flaws, including it bending. Now, this sometimes can malfunction the phone. Sometimes it doesn't, but when it does, it's unfixable beyond.
I've watched several reviews of the iPhone 6 and the bending test. That's the number one thing that pops up when you type in iPhone 6 on Google or anything. Now, I think they should have just stuck with the iPhone 5S for just a little bit while. Maybe let out some prototypes for other people to test and stuff. I don't think they should have released it to the public just yet because it's not ready for the public. Just like the Galaxy Note 2 wasn't ready for the public. And now we're going to say, is it worth it? I don't know exactly how much the iPhone 6 is. How much is it, Lightning?
It's around 6 to 800.
6 to 800.
I'm not sure about the exact facts. Also, we'll put up a little video on this, or the link to this video on the screen. But this guy demonstrates how he goes through the interiors of the iPhone and he pulls out the exact cost it would actually cost. Guess how much? Go ahead and guess it, John. You take your guess.
I'm gonna say around maybe $400, $500. Only $200.
Only $200 to make the iPhone 6 Plus.
Wow. See, that's bullcrap. Why? Even Microsoft does this with the Xbox and stuff.
Yes.
And Apple's seriously bad about this. Like their computers and stuff, it's not worth it that much.
And when can you guess this all happened?
When?
What was the date that Steve Jobs dies?
Oh, back in when did he die? 2011?
Around there, yeah. That's when it all started to go down.
Well, seriously, like the Xbox 360, it really was not worth that much money. Like the interior and stuff inside of it, it's not worth that much.
Just like the next gen consoles right now aren't that, not that worth it.
I mean,
how much is the PS4 right now? 800.
The PS4? It's not $800. It's only like $300. Actually, no, it's $400. Never mind, it's $400 because the Xbox One just had a downgrade. They took out the Kinect from it, and now it's only $400. So that means the Kinect alone was $100 for the Xbox One.
When the Kinect when the Kinect released for the Xbox 360, it was $120. I can tell you right now, that thing does not work. I own one, and
I own one as well because it came with my Xbox 360, and the only thing I ever use it for is Just Dance. and it barely configures that.
And if you want to play the sorry for rare softwares, but they're forced to make Connect games. They suck. They absolutely suck. They don't work. Like I had the Connect Sports. Try playing dodgeball.
There is scarcely any games out there that are fun to play on the Kinect because it's so hard to control. I don't see the greatness in motion controls without an actual controller. Isn't that the point of video games? That's what video games started with, a controller.
But back to the iPhone 6 topic.
Anyways, so is it worth it? That opinion's totally up to you guys. But in my opinion, no, it's not worth it. Because if you just sit down, it's quite possible you're just gonna bend the phone and it's gonna be totally useless. You just spent $600 or $800 on a phone that's completely useless now.
Yeah, and go ahead, tell us, Zefron. Do you think which is better? Here's the question: which is better, iPhone or the Android? iPhone 6 or the new Androids?
Obviously, I will give Apple the upper hand for their interface. The interface of the iOS software is actually decent. Now, as of hardware and stuff, Android has the upper hand. They're a lot more sturdy. They have better equipment inside of them, and they're a lot faster.
Alright, what about the Windows Phone?
The Windows Phone. Let me just say, I actually own one of these.
Same here. I have the Windows Lumia 1520. This sucker's huge. I gotta say that right now.
That's the downside about it. I think it's too big. Yeah,
it's a phablet. It's a phablet.
Literally a phone tablet. It's like he's
like the iPhone 6 is smaller.
It looks like he's holding an iPad Mini up to his face.
It does. It's great. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and flash a picture of it on screen real fast.
But now, there's some good things about the Windows Phone, but there's not a whole lot. Okay, it's clunky and kind of hard to use at times. Although with the new 8.1 update for the Windows phones, it's a little bit more smoother because you can actually have the swipe keyboard, which I use all the time. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
But I thought that was one thing that Android and Windows had on the upper hand, other than the iPhone, because the iPhone never has the swipe and stuff, and their keyboard's like way too small and clunky, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I never liked the keyboard for the iPhones. Whenever
it's really
I had
confusing too. It might not be confusing to most of you who have had an iPhone ever since release date of like the iPhone 3 or something. I don't know, but as in hardware for the Nokia phone, the Windows Phone, actually not bad. It's on a quad-core processor, and it boots up within minutes. I mean, not even minutes, more like 30 seconds. It's super fast.
Yeah.
And it's built to last, I'll tell you that. It's Nokia. Jesus Christ. When you drop it, you think you're about to kill the world.
So I have my phone in my hand right now. You probably pick this up to the mic. But I'm dropping it from my roof, which is about like 20 feet in the air. Let's hear it. Alright. Nothing happens. Absolute nothing.
Now, you do have a case on it, right?
Yes, but if I were to take it off, it still wouldn't. I mean, I dropped it on his face.
Well, anyways. We need to get back on topic and stuff. Wow.
iPhone 6.
So, I guess this kind of leads up to the topic we're about to talk about now. Does it really knock off the Galaxy Note 2? So, as of a lot of you know, there's been discussion back and forth about this. The iPhone 6 ripped off the Galaxy Note 2 from 2012.
Now, personally, I've never owned a Galaxy or Android. The only two phones I've ever owned was an iPhone and a Windows phone. So I cannot talk much supportively about the Androids, but I do agree that they probably did rip them off.
Okay, so I've actually owned a Galaxy S2 in the past, and then I switched to Nokia Lumia just to try out and stuff. And with the Galaxy Note 2, it does have a lot of similarities to the Note 2, because I've actually done test reviews and stuff over the Note 2 and stuff back in 2012. And then I went and done a test review over the iPhone 6, and it doesn't have a whole lot of similarities. Like the power,
It
it
does or
does
doesn't.
have a lot.
Ah,
Like the power button placement. The power button placement used to be on top of the iPhone, but now it is on the side.
it's on. Yeah, it's on the side. Well, necessarily all phones have it on the
Yeah, it's
side
all.
now.
No, Galaxy actually started it. Samsung Galaxy actually started it. They had it on the
Ah,
side because it's a lot more resourceful. It's easier
it is.
to hold it in your palm and press it with your thumb and it turns on. It's
Yeah.
American
Like,
invention. We're lazy people.
whenever let's just say whenever I had my phone, I would always because it was a hunk of crap and it was invincible basically. So whenever I would just drop it to put it down, it would like automatically turn it off because it would land like this, even though I didn't want it. Like it would land on its top, like my iPhone 4. It would land on its top, and it would just shut off when it would fall down. I'm like, no, I don't want it off. I'm too busy playing Clash of Clans. My base is about to be raided. God,
Well, um, also
it was
another
really
thing.
like annoying too. Lost a lot of gold.
The main thing that knocks off the Galaxy Note 2 is the style of it. Well, the iPhone 6 that knocks off the Galaxy Note 2. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, the
Yes.
body and the build of the iPhone 6 is what knocks off the Galaxy Note 2. That's basically it. Everything else doesn't really knock it off. Like the interface and the software and stuff, it runs on iOS and it runs smoothly. It does like every other iPhone's done. There's nothing really new about it that I could tell. With the Galaxy S5 and Active, those are huge differences from the S2. Like,
Right.
if you look at the Galaxy S2 to the Galaxy S5, tremendous difference. The software has updated tremendously. It's so much smoother and less clunkier and so much more flexible. There's so many more things you can do with it. Oh my god, it's amazing. And for all you religious people out there, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say God's name in vain and stuff like that, but it's just how I feel. And wow, the phone is just amazing. If you guys are looking for a new phone, I highly recommend the Galaxy S5. And if you have a little bit more money to spend, get the S5 Active.
Now, to me, for the galaxies, for some reason, not you don't factor this in like, oh, it might be hard for me. But for me, just like personally, it's a bit hard for me to control. It's a lot different for the iPhones than Windows. Like the Windows is just like, pick it up, you're like, yes. iPhones, you sort of picked it up, you're like, yes. And then for the galaxies, for me personally, I'm saying this a lot, but for me personally, it's more like okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? When my mom had a Galaxy, she constantly asked me, and like, just take it to the Windows store. She finally got it there, or not store, but the phone store, and she finally understood it there. But for me and my family personally, it's just a bit hard to control and pick it up immediately.
Well, one thing that'll help understand the Galaxy is just trial and error. It's a phone. It's a phone.
Right.
It's not a life project. I mean, you have the internet at your fingertips. Why can't you just Google something? And if you're not really a fast typer and I don't know, you're self-conscious about typing in public, there's voice command. Talk to yourself. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with talking?
I'm pretty sure talking to yourself in public or talking to your phone without it putting up to your ear is more. A lot more people are going to be self-conscious about that than just typing in public.
I
Just
know, but
saying. I
still,
mean,
I know a lot of people. Like in my computer class, there's a ton of people that are self-conscious about typing because I don't mean to brag or anything, seriously, but I type pretty fast and stuff, and
same.
then someone next to me doesn't type as fast, and he's like, "Can you just type my paper for me?" Because I don't want to type in front of you. I mean, there's
I
people
give you
out there
12
like that.
bucks.
I'm not saying you're one of them or anything, but man, the arrogance level of me is just off the roof today. I apologize.
No cookie for you.
Dang it. Okay. So now I think it's come down to our own personal opinions about all of the competitors, Samsung versus Apple versus Windows. What would your choice be, Lightning?
Well, I never operated. Well, I've said I've tried to use the Samsung, but I would go for
Well,
Windows. That's what I have
based
now.
on
I
what
love
I've
it.
said about the Galaxy S5,
What you've said.
yeah, based on what I've said and all the reviews and what everyone said about the Galaxy S5, would you get it?
Still would go for the Windows. If it was versus Apple, just like the Windows Phone didn't exist yet, then yeah, I'll go for the Galaxy. Second choice.
Right. And me personally, I think I would go with the Galaxy. I'm a huge Galaxy lover. I have been ever since they released Galaxy S1. Was it called the S1 or was it just called the Galaxy 1? I don't remember.
I have no idea.
But I've been a huge Galaxy fan and Samsung fan, that fact. Got a ton of Samsung products.
Speaking of which, when is Samsung, because Apple and Windows both have a phone and a computer operating system, so when is Samsung going to make one?
Samsung really does best in more like accessories, like phones, cameras. They do tablets, TVs. They make really high-end TVs. They made a new TV actually. It's the Curve TV. And
Oh yeah.
it literally gives the effect of being an IMAX theater at home,
Right.
but for the cost of $5,000.
Yay! You know what? That'll be our second topic. I'm pretty sure we're all out of time right now. I hope y'all did. Yep. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment saying that you want more. As for all, farewell. See you, Zeptron.
I would like to say one more
Yeah?
thing. If you guys have any ideas
One more thing.
of something you would like us to talk about, be sure to leave it in those comments below. And be sure to subscribe to me, Hall of Apollo, and Lightning 2000. Well,
change your name again?
it's just my channel name.
No, it isn't.
No,
You
it's
changed
not.
your channel
Hall of
name.
Apollo. I know.
No.
It's weird. My name is Zeptron, but my channel name is Hall of Apollo.
Call him Hollow for Zeptron.
Okay, whatever.
Alright.
All
Well,
right.
I see you guys. We'll see
Later,
you
guys.
guys later.